is what makes Busan the greatest city to live in. Global City Busan, we are in it together. This campaign was brought to you by BFM 부산영어방송.
The weather is so nice today. I'm sure this won't be a big deal.
A 3-second long lapse in judgment can burn up an entire mountain, which will take 100 years to recover. We can protect these lush forests if you follow these guidelines. First, do not bring flammable materials to the mountains. Second, do not cook or camp in the mountains. Third, do not litter cigarette butts. Your small actions are the first step towards protecting the beautiful forest. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
안녕하세요. 셰프 에드워드 리입니다. 빨리빨리. 한국 사람들은 이 말을 입에 달고 살더군요. 하지만 바쁜 걸음을 멈추는 모습에 놀랐습니다.
제가 들어드릴게요.
여기 앉으세요.
May I help you?
모르는 사람끼리 서로 존중하고 배려하는 모습을 보며 이게 대한민국이구나 생각했습니다. 가장 빠른 나라 대한민국에는 가장 따뜻한 멈춤이 있습니다. 공익광고협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
We officially kicked off May last Friday. That was Labor Day, if you remember. And it's already, the 4th of May? Some of you may have a day off depending on where you work. Or maybe some of you took a personal or vacation day off today to make it an extra long weekend going into tomorrow. For those of you who celebrate, though, it's going to be basically a really long month of seeing loved ones. There's Children's Day tomorrow. There's Parents' Day coming up this Friday. And then if you celebrate, there's Couples Day on the 21st. And don't forget, like in between, Teacher's Day on the 15th, and plus Buddha's birthday later on in May as well. So how busy is your calendar this month is the question I want to pose to you. I'm Catherine. This is Morning Wave in Busan on Monday, May 4th, and we are live on BEFM 부산영어방송. Good morning, Wavers. I was having a little conversation off air with my producer. And she's like, there's a Couples Day? Yes, it's on the calendar. If you look on the 21st, the meaning of Couples Day, why it's on the 21st, two become one, 21st. And hence, yes, there is a Couples Day. For all of you singletons out there, just so you know, there is such a day. Obviously, it's not an official holiday. However, it's on the calendar, so I did want to mention that. All right, so how was your weekend? How did your first weekend in May go? And I have to say, I can't believe we're saying May already. I feel like this year has just been kind of flying by. Maybe you're feeling the same thing as well. So for those of you who are joining us, once again, we are live today. We try to keep things live unless it's like a major, major holiday. So tomorrow, we're going to be live as well. And we're going to jump into our text topic. This is very much related to a story coming up in hour number 2. What kinds of things have you collected? 자, 내가 모으고 있거나 모았던 것은. So I think I've shared this. I used to be so into stickers when I was little, but I would never peel off the sticker to stick on anything. It was more like a trading thing. back in the day, for my generation era, lots of kids, usually girls, but not all girls, we used to have the big photo albums. So we used to have stickers, like sets of stickers, and you would put them in your album, and then you would kind of bust it out, right? And then you would kind of show off and say, oh, I have these many stickers. And then if you have duplicates, then you would be like, hey, do you want to trade? So that was a thing back in the day. I don't know. I don't think it is now. Anyhow, so what kind of things have you collected? You can send in your messages to BFM's live stream live chat on YouTube. Go to the YouTube platform and type in BEFM, 부산영어방송, to find our channel. Log in and subscribe, and then log in, chat with other waivers from your phone, pound 9050 shop 9050. That's going to cost you 101. You can also reach me for free on KakaoTalk as well. Search for BEFM, find our account, add us as a friend, and then send in your messages, maybe photos as well. And the ways you can tune into our program: Morning Wave in Busan on the radio, 90.5 or 103.3 FM. Also, you can check us out live, like I said, on YouTube, and available on the BFM app, also Papang app too. So it is Monday, and I feel a little tired, I'll be honest. My girls were down for the weekend. They're on the K-6 sleeping right now, so I can say this. Oh, I love my girls. Oh, so tiring. I'm so tired. Okay. In a happy way. Oh, so good, yes. Okay, so our lineup goes like this. Jian for now in Busan. Haley's back, yeah, for top stories. Hour number 2, waglwa글, tea time. For our Monday segment, for hour number 1, we have Dr. Ryu Sang-hyo. He's in. The doctor will be in for Ask Dr. Ryu. And hour number 2, Vasana with Buzz Breakdown. For a special interview, we're going to cover this major story that we told you about last week. We're talking about the United Arab Emirates leaving OPEC. So UAE leaving OPEC. OPEC, as you know, is like the biggest, oil cartel. That's what it's known as in the world. What is the significance of this, especially as we talk about the shift in the Gulf? Right? So that's coming up in hour number 2. In the meantime, let's say hello to Jian and see how she's doing. Good morning. How are you?
Happy Monday. I'm good.
yay.
I'm good. Thanks to a cup of coffee.
Yay!
Shout out to Haley.
Haley, yes, she's back. And how was did you have a good weekend?
Yes, it was good with my parents.
You look well rested and happy.
Oh,
I'm so jealous.
obviously.
Oh gosh, I hope they're sleeping. Yes. So our text topic, do you collect things? Have you ever been a collector?
Not really, but I think I'm keeping my diaries handwritten.
Really?
Every year.
How many
Sometimes
do you
even-
have?
So it's been more than a decade already. So I have more than like 10 diaries.
Wow.
Handwritten. It's more like a scheduler and short
But
daily
still.
diaries. But still, yes.
Right.
And I'm collecting some CDs and vinyls, which is called LP in Korea. LP.
Yes.
Vinyls, CDs, and even some tapes, old tapes, rare.
Cassette
older tapes.
tapes?
Cassette tapes.
Really?
I never play them though. I just collect them
Okay.
like a souvenir.
Wow, heavily, of course, as a musician.
As a musician.
Yes, I can fully understand. Well, we're going to jump into some local news now. Today's top story begins with the situation in the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
Another Korean vessel has passed through the Red Sea following the blockade, right?
Yes, that's right. According to the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, yesterday on May 3rd, a second Korean vessel safely passed through the Red Sea and is currently transporting crude oil back to Korea. Earlier on April 17th, another Korean vessel had departed from Yanbu port carrying crude oil and took the same route.
Right, so this isn't the first case, right?
That's right. This marks the second confirmed case of rerouting through this alternative path.
Right, and does this mean that the Red Sea is becoming a more regular option?
For now, yes. With the Strait of Hormuz effectively blocked clogged, more vessels are expected to rely on the Red Sea to maintain oil supply. However, it's not exactly a safe alternative.
Oh, well, let's talk about the risks then.
The Red Sea also carries security risks, particularly due to threats from Houthi rebel groups based in Yemen. So while it's a necessary workaround, it still involves considerable uncertainty.
Yes, yes. And how's the government managing those risks?
The ministry says it's provided full support during the voyage, including 24-hour real-time monitoring, navigational safety informations, and constant communication with shipping companies and the vessel. It emphasized that ensuring the safety of ships and crew while stabilizing the domestic crude oil supply remains a top priority.
I see. Thanks for letting us know. This is so important, of course, to the entire country.
Right.
All right, next up, let's talk about Busan seeing a surge in international visitors this year. So let's talk about what's driving the numbers.
Yes, more than 1 million international tourists visited Busan in the first quarter alone, marking the fastest time over to surpass the 1 million mark. And that's about a month earlier than last year's record, showing a clear acceleration in inbound travel.
Yes, yes. And so where are these visitors coming from?
Well, Taiwan ranked first, followed by China and Japan. The United States and Vietnam also made up a significant share, so the visitor base is quite diverse, but still heavily concentrated in nearby Asian markets.
Right, right. So are they spending more as well?
Yes, that's another key point, actually.
Yes.
International tourist spending in Busan reached about 235.5 billion won in the first quarter, up more than 26% from a year earlier. So it's not just more visitors, it's stronger economic impact per visit.
Yes, and what's behind this growth?
The city points to a combination of factors. Cruise tourism has expanded the base for marine travel, while the Visit Busan Pass has improved convenience by bundling transportation, attractions, and discounts into one system.
Yes.
On top of that, linking with platform services and running targeted global marketing campaigns have made Busan more accessible and appealing.
Yes. Any standout initiatives?
Yes, the Visit Busan Pass is getting particularly strong feedback.
Okay.
About 97% of the users rated this pass positively. It's essentially becoming a must-have item for international travelers in the city.
That's right. Well, thank you for letting us know details regarding this. Well, moving on, there's also this unique opportunity for young people to explore Korea's maritime heritage. So what is this one about?
The Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries will begin recruiting participants for the 2026 Maritime Culture Expedition starting today, May 4th through June 9th.
Okay, and what does this program involve?
The expedition will run for 10 days and 9 nights from July 8th to 17th. Participants will travel along Korea's coastline from Baekneungdo in the West Sea to Ulleungdo and Dokdo in the East Sea. Along the way, they'll experience the history, industry, and culture of Korea's maritime environment, as well as shipyards, logistics terminals, and coastal sand dunes.
Oh, so who can apply for this?
A total of 90 participants will be selected, including 9 operational staff members. So any university student in Korea, including those on leave, can apply through the Korea Ocean Foundation 한국해양재단 website. For staff positions, applicants must have prior experience with the program or a background in fields such as photography or health.
And when will the final results be announced for this?
The final list of selected participants will be announced on June 17th through the foundation's website after the screening process.
All right. Moving on to our final bit, Busan is offering a daytime treat for classical music lovers.
Yes.
So what's coming up?
2026 Classical Busan Matinee Concert Series is starting this Wednesday, May 6th at the Chamber Hall of the Busan Concert Hall.
Yes.
The concept originates from France and typically refers to performances held during weekday mornings or midday, often described as a morning concert or an 11 a.m. concert.
Okay. So what makes this series special?
Well, the series, which runs through November, is designed as a lecture-style concert to help audience enjoy opera in a more accessible and engaging way.
Ooh, who's leading the performances?
The concert will be conducted and narrated by Kim Kwang-hyun Hyun, the music director of the Classical Busan Orchestra. And tickets are priced at 20,000 won for all seats.
All right, sounds reasonable. Thank you for all the local news. Wishing
course.
you a beautiful Monday. We'll
Thank
check in with
you.
you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Everybody, this was Gian. I'll be back with your traffic and weather. It's time for your traffic and weather. It's 7:13 on this Monday morning. There is congestion on Gwanmun-daero from Pangham Tunnel to Baegang Tunnel right now. It's also looking slow on Nakdong-Namdo from Gangseo Police Station to Seongsan Three-Way intersection. There's traffic building on Dongso Overpass from Hwangyong Ramp to Kaegum as well. Currently, it's 12 degrees Celsius in Busan under clear skies. The daytime high will go up to 20 today. Across the nation, light rain in some areas, but it's supposed to clear up by midday. Heavy winds nationwide with gusts of up to 15 meters per second. This was your traffic and weather. It's now 7:14. This is the morning brief. Trump reportedly refused Iran's ceasefire plan. Israeli state media has reported that U.S. President Donald Trump turned down Iran's 14-point plan to end the war, saying that he found it unacceptable. South Korean Earth observation satellite successfully in orbit. A South Korean Earth observation satellite has successfully entered low Earth orbit following its launch from a U.S. space base in a move expected to help bolster Seoul's satellite development capabilities. South Korean oil tanker detours through Red Sea. A South Korean oil tanker has taken a detour through the Red Sea for the second time since the closure of the Strait of Hormuz in mid-April, according to the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries. South Korea signals careful assessment and response after U.S. raises tariffs against EU. South Korea will carefully assess how the Trump administration's move to raise tariffs on the European Union or EU's autos and trucks could affect its own trade deal with the United States and respond accordingly, according to a Cheongwadae official. Samsung Biologics labor union set to resume talks with management. Samsung Biologics, the biotech arm of Samsung Group, has agreed to return to the negotiation table today after the first round of talks fell through last week. This was the morning brief. You're now listening to our number one of Morning Wave in Busan. And by the way, we're live today. It's now 7:16. We're going to turn to Haley. Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh, yay. Yay. Applause.
Yay. Applause. How was your trip?
It was wonderful, but I was actually really happy to be back riding. I was riding a little bit on the plane, on the KTX back, and I was kind of giddy. So yeah, I'm glad my seat's still here.
Still there, of course. Of course, we're going to jump into our top stories. You know, for those still looking to book airplane tickets, and by the way, I was like, how are you able to go? And you're like,
Right.
you book them ahead of
Right.
time, right? So to book airplane tickets this month are in for a surprise.
Right. So a little bit of a personal touch, the first story.
Yes.
I did contemplate. I was like, should I go? Should I not go? Of course, Turkey is very safe.
Yes.
But I thought, you know, if I don't go now with the tickets that I booked with February's fuel surcharges,
Right.
I'm just not going to be able to afford to go for the rest of the year, which seems to be true. So new month, new prices. Starting the month of May, this month, airplane tickets issued in May will see much, much higher fuel surcharge prices.
Right.
유류할증료. This, of course, is due to the war in the Middle East, dragging up international oil prices.
So how high of a fuel surcharge are we talking about?
So between April and May, double.
Ouch.
Yes, so airlines are currently applying the highest, never before applied fuel surcharge, level 33. Didn't know there were 33 levels, did we? So this is at least 460 cents per gallon, but there are a lot of gallons that go into an airplane.
Yes.
Just for reference, the fuel surcharge was at level 18 last month, having jumped by 15 levels to 33 in just 1 month.
Wow. So how are these fuel surcharges calculated and exactly how much extra fees are we looking at?
Right. So fuel surcharges are added on by airlines individually to make up for the losses from high jet fuel costs. Individual airlines make their own adjustments each month. So for Korean Air, the flag carrier, they're going to apply 1.8 to 1.9 times the fuel surcharge from last month.
Okay.
So on the shortest routes from Korea to Fukuoka or Qingdao, 75,000원, 75,000 won, and even that, because the tickets aren't that much.
I was going to say.
That on, longest. So we're talking about the east coast of North America, New York, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Toronto. 564,000 won, 56만 4천 원, 유류할증료만 56만 4천 원입니다.
Okay.
Asian Airlines also looking at a similar range from 85,000 to 476,000 won in fuel surcharges.
But this doesn't mean that the airlines are making money off of this? Or
No, they're not. So it seems to be a lose-lose situation for both the airlines and its customers. So one low-cost carrier, Budget Airline, reportedly saw a 120% increase in fuel costs in April compared to the month before.
Right.
So although they applied the highest fuel surcharges, that apparently only makes up for about half of the increase in fuel prices. So they're still losing money. We're losing money because of the higher fuel surcharges.
Yes. So with that, airlines are cutting their less profitable routes.
Right. So Asiana Airlines is cutting 13 international flights. Jin Air, 14 routes for a total of 131 flights.
Okay.
Korean Air currently has no plans to cancel flights, but it is closely monitoring the situation. So if you have plans to travel soon, please check with your airline.
Yes, and PD님 was asking me earlier before the show, when are you going on vacation? Apparently not.
Apparently never.
Apparently not. Just like staying here in Korea. All right. And these higher fuel costs are felt at the gas pump as well, meaning I can't even drive anywhere.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you may not have plans to fly,
Yes.
but you probably have plans to drive, and that hurts too. So we're
Yes.
now seeing a 5th consecutive week of higher gasoline and diesel prices at domestic gas stations.
Right.
So the Korea National Oil Corporation, KNOC's OPNet website, show that the average gas prices for the 5th week of April came to 2,008.61 per liter. That's up by 4.81 per liter from the previous week.
Right.
Diesel prices also up as well by about 5 won at 2,002.81.
So let's look at the reason behind this particular fuel price rise.
Right. So for the final week of April, this is due to that stalemate between the U.S. and Iran over
Yes.
ceasefire talks, as well as the U.S. Naval blockade of Iranian ports. And things don't look good in the short term either, and we're looking at about a 2 to 3 week period.
Oh, why?
Right, so we're not making predictions as to how the talks would go,
Right.
but just timing of global oil prices. So they came in about $7 higher for gasoline, $8 a little more higher for diesel. Well, these international prices are reflected about 2 to 3 weeks later onto domestic prices.
I see.
So even if the war were to end today, for example, not
Sure.
saying they are, but we're still going to see the effects for at least almost another month.
I see. Well, in the face of these high oil prices, the government last week started handing out the high fuel price subsidies.
Right, so hopefully that'll ease people's burdens a bit. So according to the Interior Minister last Friday, as of the previous night, a total of 2.35 million people have signed up for these subsidies. So that accounts for about 73% of those who are eligible.
Okay.
In total, they've received 1.3 trillion won in the subsidies.
And the money can now be used at all gas stations?
Right. So there was a bit of an oddity because initially the money couldn't be used at businesses that had annual sales of 3 billion won or higher. But that meant people couldn't use the money at about 58% of the country's gas stations.
Oh.
And as these are kind of the fuel subsidies, there was sort of no point to it.
Yes.
So the government made the necessary changes to add gas stations that have these higher profits to the list of businesses where you can use the money. So that is effective now.
Okay, so we have clarity now. You can use that at the gas station. Moving on, we're now less than 30 days away from the June 3rd local election. So we're going to look into one particular race.
Right, so this is the Gyeonggi governor's race, and that was the final race to have the bracket essentially be confirmed. So all 17 metropolitan city and provincial governors' races are confirmed.
Yes.
So that ballot, it seems for the first time ever, there will most likely be a female governor of a province in the country. So the Democratic Party, the DP, has nominated six-term lawmaker Choo Mi-ae. Opposition People Power Party, or the PPP, nominated former Samsung Electronics executive Yang Hyang-ja.
Okay.
So with the two major parties having nominated female candidates, the country will see, most likely, its first female governor. There's also never been a female mayor of a metropolitan city either.
Oh.
If you think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. So what can you tell us about the candidates?
Right, so it whittles down to political experience versus economic or corporate experience.
okay.
So Choo Mi-ae is a veteran lawmaker.
Right.
She served in nearly all major roles. So she has served as the Democratic Party chairperson in 2016, and she led the impeachment efforts against then-President Park Geun-hye.
Right.
She was also the justice minister under the former Moon Jae-in administration and has multiple firsts under her belt, including the first female judge to be elected lawmaker.
Yes.
So for her platform, she's pledged free public transportation for minors in Gyeonggi, a defense industry cluster in northern Gyeonggi province, and a K-semiconductors cluster, as well as innovations in AI.
Well, let's look on the other side. Another person, of obviously, Yang Hyang-ja.
Right, so the PPP candidate is a trailblazer in the corporate world.
Okay.
So she became an executive of Samsung Electronics with only a high school diploma, which in South Korea, quite rare.
Yes.
She actually entered politics under the Democratic Party, but left the party back in 2021. She founded her own party and also had a brief stint with the Reform Party, but joined the PPP last April.
Right.
So she's drawing from her corporate experience, pledging an era of 100 million won GRDP in Gyeonggi, a semiconductors cluster as well, also expanding sales and profits for Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix.
I see. Thanks for highlighting this particular race. Moving on, raising the age of seniors has been an issue under consideration for a while, and it seems that the majority of South Koreans agree with raising the bar, the age.
Right, so at least according to the latest poll by Korea Gallup. So the question that was asked was whether the country should raise the standard age for seniors from current 65 to 70.
Okay.
And it seems of the 1,002 adults surveyed, 59% said yes, they should. Because if you think about 노인 and you see a 65-year-old,
These days.
you look like 아저씨, 아줌마, perhaps, and maybe not like 할아버지, 할머니.
Right. They look good.
They look good.
Yeah.
They look good and they're in good shape.
Right.
Well, 30% said they were against raising that age to 70. 12% not sure or refused to answer or defer their answer.
All right. When I say they look good, I mean like health-wise. They look
yeah, of
healthy.
course,
Yes.
right.
Okay. But there was an interesting age pattern.
Right. So across all age groups, it was 59%. But those in their 30s, they were most likely to agree with raising the age of seniors at 65%. But those who would be affected, aka those who are in their 60s, were least likely to agree, with the agreement rate at 55%.
But that's actually still over the majority. So what about taking care of these seniors?
Right. So the next question was, who should take care of seniors in their post-retirement life? 60% of the total who answered, the seniors themselves. You should be responsible. But 29% also said government and society, but only 4% said their adult children should be responsible. huge generational change from just a few decades ago, right? This poll, by the way, had a little housekeeping. 95% rate of confidence, plus or minus 3.1% margin of error, and a 13.3% response rate.
Yes.
For details, please refer to the National Election Survey Deliberation Commission.
All right. Very interesting, though. Now, we have to talk about the ceasefire talks between the U.S. and Iran. So I mentioned in the news, obviously, that U.S. President Donald Trump, according to Israeli news sources, has refused Iran's new peace proposal, correct?
Right. So reports are saying that Donald Trump has refused Iran's new peace proposal. So far, let's look at the sources.
Okay.
Israeli state media says Trump reportedly told them that this was unacceptable.
Yes.
Iran's foreign ministry is saying that it has received a response from the U.S., but didn't say what that response was. The U.S. has yet to formally confirm that it has replied to Tehran.
But President Trump did announce a new operation to get ships out of the Strait of Hormuz.
Right. So this is via his social media, where Trump said that the U.S. will guide ships safely out of the Strait of Hormuz. Excuse me. He said that he has received requests from countries from all over the world, and he stated that this so-called Project-Freedom will begin Monday morning Middle Eastern time, so that's in about a few hours.
Yes.
Trump also said that his representatives are having very positive discussions with Iran, which kind of throws uncertainties into whatever's been happening.
Yes. So President Trump again talked about the state of Iran's government.
Right. So this came slightly earlier. Speaking to reporters at the White House on Saturday, Trump said that Iran has virtually no military left, but they still want a deal, or rather because of this.
Okay.
He also said that there's apparently this big rift among the Iranian leadership, saying that the leadership is divided into 2, 3, even perhaps 4 separate factions, and they don't know who their leader is.
Well, in the meantime, there's a bit of conflict within the U.S. over congressional approval of the war.
Right. So what we need to understand here is that the U.S. Congress, 의회, they have the authority to declare war.
Yes.
And President Trump did not seek such authority when the U.S. military invaded Iran late February.
Right.
So with this, the law actually gives him 60 days to basically end the use of American military unless Congress allows for the continuation.
And it does seem that the Trump administration is trying to work around this.
Right. So interesting math going on here.
Okay.
The Trump administration's argument is that basically it doesn't need congressional authorization because the conflict has already been terminated before the 60-day deadline. In this case, termination refers to the ceasefire, which is, technically not a full end to the conflict. But they're saying that because the clock has been effectively paused, the White House does not need to seek approval. By the way, if we are just going by the calendar days since February 27th, when the attack started, we are already past the 60-day deadline.
Okay.
It is important. So why does this matter? Because if the president uses American military for a conflict after the 60 days, he would be breaking the law, thus making the war illegal.
I see. All right, the significance of that. Well, for our last story, President Trump once again announcing that the U.S. will raise tariffs against the European Union.
Right. So President Donald Trump announced that he is hiking the tariffs charged on cars and trucks imported from the EU to 25%.
Yes.
A bit of a roller coaster regarding European tariffs. On Liberation Day, the initial tariffs announced 30%. But following a deal in Scotland, most of the tariffs on European goods were reduced to 15%, only to go up to 25% starting this week.
So why the sudden turnaround?
Well, on Truth Social, Trump said that the EU was not complying with the trade deal.
Right.
However, this seems to be pointed because car exports make up a significant portion of Europe's economy.
Right.
Pundits and experts also conjecture that Trump may be expressing his dissatisfaction with Europe's refusal to help the U.S. in its war against Iran.
Yes, and this became more clear with this next move.
And that would be military. The U.S. Defense Department announced that they're pulling about 5,000 troops from Germany. And this came after German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said that the U.S. was being, quote, humiliated by Iran. An anonymous Pentagon official said that this rhetoric was inappropriate and unhelpful, calling President's move the right reaction.
I see. Well, can you put this into context in terms of the U.S. military presence in Germany? Like, what is 5,000 troops?
Right, and also they have military presence in Germany. Could be surprising to many people. So
Okay.
the U.S. has maintained a military presence in Germany since the end of World War II.
Okay.
And of course, with Germany having been divided during the Cold War, that was important as well. Germany stations some 35,000 active duty personnel. They are a key training hub in Europe.
So bringing this issue back to South Korea, though, what implications could this have for us?
Because South Korea, also Japan, they have practically refused to send troops to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
Right.
And President Trump has expressed his dissatisfaction with his Asian allies not sending troops.
Yes.
And we know that President Trump uses tariffs as a tool not just in trade, but also diplomacy.
Indeed. And what has Seoul said about this?
Right, so 청와대 on Saturday said it is monitoring the situation closely and will analyze the potential impact. An official from the presidential office said that the government has been closely communicating with the United States, but it also refused to comment on a government assessment of a trade deal between other countries.
I see. Well, thank you for breaking it down for top stories. Get some warm water for your throat. And we'll check in with you in hour number 2. Thank you, Haley.
See you soon.
All right, we're going to take a song break. This is Good Morning by Verbal Gent.
Good morning 이렇게 문자를 보내 너에게 빠진 것 같아 위험해 어젯밤에 내가 했던 얘기 전부 다 기억나진 않겠지 우리만 가면 다들 준비를 하던 가게 너와 나 둘만 남은 다음에 전람회의 노래처럼 내가 촌스럽고 어설프게 털어놨잖아 고백 분명히 기억나 네 얼굴에 붉은 꽃이 활짝 피었던 걸 조명 때문에 한 혼자만의 착각은 아니라고 믿어 Good morning 이렇게 문자를 보내 좋은 아침이야 너에게 빠진 것 같아 위험해 I'm in danger now 굳이 답장은 안 해도 좋아 지금 이 느낌을 느끼기 전에 꼭 전하고파 Hope you have a good morning Hope you have a good morning Hope you have a good morning I hope you have a good morning 좋은 아침이야 참 신기한 일이야 분명히 귀가 시간은 저전이 훨씬 지난 후였지 근데 이렇게 가뿐 이 하루를 시작하다니 아마 내 맘이 고백할까 말까 그동안 참 많이 괴로웠나봐 이제 난 이러다만 기다릴래 너무 늦진 않길 바래 너무 서두르진 않아도 돼 해지기 전에만 너의 맘이 편할 때 대답해주면 돼 Good morning 이렇게 문자를 보내 좋은 아침이야 너에게 빠진 것 같아 위험해 I'm in danger now 굳이 답장은 안 해도 좋아 지금 이 느낌을 느끼기 전에 꼭 전하고파 Good morning Good morning 이렇게 문자를 보내 너에게 빠진 것 같아 위험해 굳이 답장은 안 해도 좋아 지금 이 느낌을 느끼기 전에 꼭 전하고파 Hope you have a good morning I hope you have a good morning Hope you have a good morning Hope you have a good morning
Traffic is so bad. Let's see what's on the radio.
Get the latest news and current issues that you need here on Morning Wave in Busan. You're now listening to Morning Wave in Busan with me, Catherine. All right, everybody, welcome back. It's now 7:36, and some people are saying, "Oh, tomorrow, 내일 또 쉬는 날이다." 우리는 라이브예요. 우리는 마치고 네 갑니다. We have Dr. Liu in the house. Say hello.
Hello. I am alive. I am on live.
I am alive. I am on live. I love it. You're just like hitting us with the adjective gags this morning. And Dr. Liu Sang-hyo, by the way, he's in. He has a mask on if you're joining us on our YouTube channel. And he's here even though he's been feeling under the weather. We really appreciate it. But he is masked up. So.
Thank you, because this studio is one of those places I can get myself rejuvenated. I told you many times.
Yes.
And so I'm going to share some very precious, my personal habits.
Yes. And so I can't wait for our segment, but I got to ask you a text topic.
Yes, Catherine.
Are you a collector? Do you collect things? Maybe in the past or right now? What do you collect?
Collecting things doesn't suit me very well.
Okay.
But my son.
Your son, what does he collect?
He collects key rings.
Key rings.
Yeah. Not any key rings. Key rings that are to do with Lotte Giants.
Oh, he's into the Giants?
Yeah.
Is he happy this season?
Oh, yeah, because over the weekend, they're on a winning streak for the past 4 games. Really? Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
We'll find out with Andrew tomorrow.
Okay.
But, they're winning?
Yeah.
Oh, and yay.
4 in a row. Yay.
Yes. Oh, so we're going to dive into our segments.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Today, I'm going to talk about some crisis Korea is facing.
Okay, what crisis?
It's about blood donation crisis. Because Korea is growing blood shortage. It's very serious. It's right now it's more urgent than many realize.
Right.
Just a few days ago, the National Blood Reserve for RBC stands for red blood cells.
Yes.
Is hovering around 3 days supply, well below safe threshold of at least 5 days.
Okay.
So for some blood types, it's even tighter. When that buffer shrinks, hospitals start delaying non-emergency surgeries. Emergency rooms have to scramble patients who need regular transfusions, like cancer patients. Accident victims are at risk. So this isn't a someday problem. It's happening in clinics and operating theaters across the country right now.
Right now. So that's pretty sobering, those numbers and the factoids that you are giving us. Before we get into why this is happening, maybe you can give us a bit of a history lesson, though.
Yeah.
So how did Korea's blood donation system begin in the first place?
The first blood shortage facilities in Korea were set up in 1952.
Oh, during the war?
Yeah, during the Korean War.
Okay.
Right in the Navy hospital.
Okay.
To treat wounded soldiers. After that war, the National Blood Bank opened its doors in 1954. And the Korean Red Cross officially launched its blood services 3 years later.
Yes.
And by 1981, the government entrusted the entire national blood program to the Red Cross. So for decades, it worked beautifully. Korea, we have a lot of good systems.
Sure.
Yeah, built one of the most efficient voluntary, non-paid donation systems in the world. But now that same system is under strain like never before.
I'm kind of curious as to what has changed. I mean, what is driving this shortage right now?
Oh, it's a perfect storm of demographics and lifestyle shifts.
Okay.
First, Korea is aging faster than almost any other country on earth.
True.
And older adults need significantly more blood for cancer treatments and heart surgeries and things like that. At the same time, fewer people in those age groups are healthy enough to willing to donate.
I see.
And second thing is, this is the biggest shift. We are losing our younger donors. About decades ago, teenagers and people in their 20s made up around 70 to 77% of all donations.
Okay.
Today, that figure has dropped to roughly 55%. Fewer babies being born means fewer future donors.
Okay.
So I remember when I first donated my blood, I got some incentives from university.
Okay.
But these kind of incentive systems are removed from schools and universities. Those are summing up together, and that's why we are on the brink of having this crisis.
Oh, that's unfortunate because I remember even when I was in high school, I was in charge of the blood drive.
Oh, really?
I was in charge of it, right? So I had to coordinate with the Red Cross in my neighborhood. And then we literally had the Red Cross, the mobile, the huge truck come.
Yeah.
So we coordinated with the city, the school district, the school, and then had them come on campus to make it really convenient.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So these mobile blood banks, we had one come onto our high school campus. And for those who were healthy enough.
That's right.
And then if you have permission from your parents, and it was really successful.
Okay.
But you're saying these incentives are being removed.
Yeah, it's removed. Yeah, that's so bad. That's so sad, actually.
Yes, yes. So in terms of certain blood types, I hear that, some are in even worse shape.
Certain blood types, especially type O and A, are currently at critical levels.
Okay.
And O negative, because O negative is a universal donor type.
Yes, yes.
Is always the most precious one because it can be given to anyone in emergency. So if you are O or A, especially O negative, your donation right now will be a genuine life savior.
I see. So let me ask you this, Dr.
Yes,
Liu. Is this
Catherine.
a unique issue or crisis, that's only happening in Korea, or are other countries facing similar fates right now?
I thought it might be the crisis that we are suffering only here in Korea.
Right.
But it's not only Korea. It's not just us. This is a global challenge, especially in developed countries, nations with aging populations. The American Red Cross has declared severe shortages multiple times in the past year. And many European countries report similar seasonal structural shortages.
Okay.
So WHO notes that while high-income countries collect a large share of the world's blood, but they still struggle with blood demand, supply-demand gaps because of exactly the same reasons we have. Longer lifespans, more advanced medical treatments, and fewer young people stepping up to donate. But Korea actually has a higher donation rate than average high-income countries.
Really?
Yeah, because even though we have ultra low birth rates.
Yes.
So that's why Koreans have a kind of a good willing to share their blood. Still is demanding these days.
Sure, absolutely. And so, what about the government side? What is the government doing? Are there real solutions on the table? Do we know?
Yeah, they're discussing about all those methods to increase or boost the donation. Some encouraging steps are already moving forward.
Yes.
So the Ministry of Health and Welfare is preparing to remove the outdated ALT liver enzyme test.
Oh, wait. So
okay.
before you go on,
Okay.
the ALT tests from blood donation, that's been around like forever, no? For a while?
No, it's not forever. ALT is a liver enzyme test, whether you are having some liver issues or especially infectious disease you are carrying.
Right.
So it might sound a little bit concerning for some listeners, but that doesn't mean that it's becoming less safe. It's the other way around. In fact, it's about modernizing how we protect it because ALT is a liver enzyme test. It can go up in very harmless situations, like when you are feeling fatigued, when you have some recent exercise, and things like that. But a long time ago, there weren't many screening tests whether you have some infectious disease like hepatitis B or C viruses. But these days, we have a very cutting-edge technology that can tell whether you are you are carrying infectious disease or not. So this test is kind of outdated.
Sure.
So this test, ALT, if you use it, in that case, even though you're healthy, you don't carry any infectious disease, the ALT might be a little bit higher than average, even though you're very suitable, eligible to donate your blood. So in that case, you might be turned down or you might be turned away, even though your blood is perfectly safe.
So in essence, because of the outdated testing you're saying, we might have been like losing donors, turning away donors.
That's right. So we no longer rely on indirect markers like ALT. We now have highly sensitive direct tests that can detect virus much earlier and much accurately.
Yes. So actually removing this barrier could actually help increase the blood supply.
Exactly. That's right.
Yes. So in terms of the blood donations themselves, we need to know who is eligible because I think some people have like outdated ideas about who is eligible and who is not.
Okay, first of all, you can donate if you are healthy within the typical age range, which is about 16 to 69.
Yes.
And you gotta meet basic weight requirement and also hemoglobin levels.
Right.
You can get it checked once you visit nearby blood donation center.
Right.
And if you feel well on the day, and chances are you are a good candidate. But there are a few situations where you should wait and check first.
Okay.
For instance, if you've recently had a fever, infection, or flu, it's better to postpone.
Yes.
And the same goes for recent tattoo and piercing.
Okay.
Because tattoo, through that, you might, chances of contracting hepatitis B and C or some other blood-borne infectious disease. And also, if you're pregnant and if you're under certain medications like immunosuppressant, or if you are a carrier of hepatitis B or C viruses, in that case, you might be exempt from this blood donation.
Right. And so we want to make sure it's safe for not just the patient who might be receiving the blood transfusion, but also for the donor, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's both safe both for donors and recipients as well.
Yes. So many people still worry, like, will I feel dizzy or weak afterward? I mean, is this something that people need to be concerned about?
Okay. I remember when I first donated my blood.
Yes.
I felt really anxious. I thought I might pass out. It's a very common concern for healthy people. But it's not a big deal, actually. Most donors feel fine within an hour.
Sure.
Especially if they hydrate well and have a good meal afterwards. And what's more is that there are some health benefits too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it keeps your iron levels balanced.
Okay.
Which may actually support heart system. So that's why it's better to donate your blood, not only get a physical free checkup for free.
Yes.
And because you get to get a free health checkup like blood pressure, hemoglobin level, and basic screening tests for free.
True.
And what's more is that many people walk out feeling really better than they expected. Like the sense of having helped someone, really does have a positive effect. Like feeling I'm being a superhero because I saved some patients, some people. Yeah. So blood is something that we cannot produce, we cannot manufacture in a lab. So it can only come from one generous person to another.
Yes.
So one donation can save up to 3 lives.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so donate your blood and then get a free health checkup, and also you get some health benefits, sharing your blood, and also your iron level might be a little bit. How can I say? Maybe you lowering a little bit of iron is better for our heart, especially.
Yes, and I remember like when I was helping my friends, I was kind of like, I've never forced, but I would nudge them and say, "You got to sign up." So I would help them, escort them onto the little bus, the trailer, and then they usually had like a stuffed animal to hold on to, and also cookies and milk and or juice, something to like kind of help you, not feel. Some people feel a little woozy, but not much, and just to make sure you're being replenished, right? So they would be like, "Oh, I like that chocolate chip cookies." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why you gotta sign up."
Yeah, and also you might get a certificate of a donation.
Yes.
So it might boost your kind of a superhero power.
And just the fact, as you said, your blood.
Yeah.
Can save up to 3 people's lives.
That's right.
So what other gift is there that there's no gift better than life, right? So
exactly.
All right. Well, what is your wrap-up quote for us this week?
Okay, saving one life may not change the entire world. 한 생명을 살리는 일은 세상을 바꿀지 못할지라도, but for that one person, the world changes completely. 한 사람에게는 세상이 완전히 바뀔 수 있습니다. And what's more, who knows, that person you saved might change the world.
Oh. Wow, that's pretty deep on a Monday morning. But thank you for coming in and telling us about this, this shortage, this crisis.
Yeah.
But also and it's an easy fix. We can all donate if you're, of course, healthy and willing to do so. So thank you for this today.
Okay, if you guys come to my clinic with donation certificates,
yes,
I'm going to give you some special gifts for you guys.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, so we're going to have to go and see.
Yes.
I like it. Dun, dun, dun. To be continued. Well, Dr. Liu, we'll check in with you next Monday.
Thank you.
Everybody, this was Dr. Liu Sang-hyun once again feeling a little bit under the weather, but, he's perfectly fine. For those of you who are worried, he'll be back next week. This is One Call Away by Charlie Puth. Enjoy. I'll be back at 8.
Save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. Call me baby if you need a friend. I just wanna give you love. Come on, come on, come on. Reaching out to you, so take a chance. No matter where you go, no, you're not alone. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. Come along with me and don't be scared. Wanna set you free. Come on, come on, come on. You and me can make it anywhere. But for now, we can stay here for a while. Cause I just wanna see you smile. No matter where you go, you know you're not alone. I'm only one call away. I'll be Superman got nothing on me.
스쿠존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿠존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
We are the Zero Waste Rangers.
To save Mother Earth, just remember the 5 R's. Would you like a bag for that?
No thanks. I brought my own bag. Number 1, refuse. Just say no to things you do not need.
This shirt is so out of style.
Why not take it to a flea market? Number 2, reduce. Buy only what you need and share with your neighbors.
1 iced Americano coming right up.
Can I get that in my tumbler? Number 3, reuse. Single use, that's not how we do things.
This is such a hassle. Let's just throw it all in together.
You've got to peel off the labels and rinse them out. Number 4, recycle. Rinse it, peel it, and recycle properly.
This looks different from other sponges.
It's a biodegradable loofah. Number 5, rot. Choose a product that returns to nature.
Refuse, reduce,
reuse, recycle,
and rot. The 5R pledge to protect our planet.
지금 방송 광고라는 부메랑을 던져보세요. 소비자를 향해 정확히 날아가는 광고. 힘차게 돌아가는 경제. 부메랑처럼 다시 기업의 이익으로 되돌아오니까요. 방송 광고, 경제에 큰 힘이 됩니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
The time is now 8 o'clock.
Welcome back, everybody. This is 8 o'clock Spotlight News. Trump reportedly refused Iran's ceasefire plan. Israeli state media has reported that U.S. President Donald Trump turned down Iran's 14-point plan to end the war, saying that he found it unacceptable. Iranian state media said Tehran's 14-point plan asked Washington to withdraw its forces from near Iran's borders, end its naval blockade of Iranian ports, and for all hostilities to cease, including in Lebanon. Tehran's foreign ministry said that it does not have nuclear negotiations at this stage, which is a key demand by Washington. South Korean Earth observation satellite successfully in orbit. A South Korean Earth observation satellite has successfully entered low Earth orbit following its launch from a U.S. space base in a move expected to help bolster Seoul's satellite development capabilities. The compact advanced satellite, the CAS 500-2, was separated from a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket about an hour after liftoff from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California and made its first communication in Norway about 15 minutes later. That's according to the Korea Aerospace Administration. The satellite was developed for disaster monitoring and agricultural observation. South Korean oil tanker detours through Red Sea. A South Korean oil tanker has taken a detour through the Red Sea for the second time since the closure at the Strait of Hormuz in mid-April, according to the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries. The vessel has safely passed through the Red Sea and was en route to South Korea and is in continuous communication with the Oceans Ministry, which supported the safety of the vessel. In the meantime, Foreign Minister Cho Hyun held phone talks with his Iranian counterpart Abbas Araghchi on Saturday and called for the resumption of safe navigation of vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. South Korea signals careful assessment and response after U.S. raises tariffs against EU. South Korea will carefully assess how the Trump administration's move to raise tariffs on the European Union or EU's autos and trucks could affect its own trade deal with the United States and respond accordingly. That's according to a 청와대 official. The comments came after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 25% tariff on cars and trucks from the EU, effective starting this coming week, drawing attention in Seoul, which has a similar tariff deal with the U.S. The official said that 청와대 will monitor related developments, analyze potential impact on the country, and respond accordingly. Samsung Biologics labor union set to resume talks with management. Samsung Biologics, the biotech arm of Samsung Group, has agreed to return to the negotiation table today after the first round of talks fell through last week. The union is holding its first ever strike, with the walkout entering its fourth day today, with 2,800 of 4,000 unionized members participating. The union is demanding a 14% increase in both base and performance-related pay, a one-off cash incentive, and bonuses equivalent to 20% of annual operating profit. The company has proposed a combined 6.2% increase in base and performance pay. And this was Spotlight News. It's time for a special interview on this Monday morning. The United Arab Emirates, or UAE, announced that it will leave OPEC and the broader OPEC Plus framework, stepping away from one of the most influential groups in the global energy market. And this decision comes at a time of heightened tension as the U.S.-Israel war involving Iran has triggered a major shock to energy markets. The move also weakens Saudi Arabia's position by removing a key partner and raises new questions about the group's future. Today, we'll explore what this means for global oil markets, regional power, and the future of energy cooperation. Joining us once again is Dr. Christian Ulrichsen, a fellow for the Middle East at Rice University's the Baker Institute for Public Policy, and co-director of the Middle East Energy Roundtable. Hi, how are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. The pleasure is all ours. To begin, if you could briefly explain what exactly the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, is and what role it plays in the global oil market.
Yeah, OPEC was established in 1960 by Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela, and over time expanded to include more than a dozen countries. It was formed to really rebalance the power in the oil sector away from colonial states, which had dominated until that point, and to gain control over those countries' own oil reserves. And in the 1970s and 80s, it became much more of a cartel, acting collectively to try and set oil prices by raising or lowering production, and probably best known for the Arab states' oil embargo in 1973, which led oil prices to quadruple almost overnight.
Yes, yes. And in terms of the importance of this group, how big of a role does it play right now?
Well, OPEC Plus was formed in 2016 with 11 additional countries led by Russia, coordinating with OPEC. So we had Saudi Arabia and Russia, two of the largest oil-producing countries in the world, really coming together and joining forces. OPEC doesn't maybe have the same power it did in the 70s and 80s, just because other states like the US have increased their own production. but they can still influence the price levels by their output levels, and they have done so in the recent past, especially during the pandemic and after 2021, in deciding to cut production to keep prices high, and then gradually bringing production back on over the last 3 years to try to lower prices.
And so before this latest decision by the UAE, what role did the UAE play in OPEC?
Well, the UAE had been a member since 1967. Actually, Abu Dhabi joined because it was actually 4 years before the UAE was created as a federation in 1971. The UAE was the fourth largest producer in OPEC, producing about 3.4 million barrels of oil per day. It was important because it has about 1.5 million barrels of unused capacity, which after Saudi Arabia is the biggest spare capacity of any OPEC member, meaning that if OPEC were to suddenly decide to increase output to respond to any price movement, it would be the UAE and Saudi Arabia that could do so most immediately. So the UAE had a strategic position together with Saudi Arabia in the OPEC structure.
Indeed. And so in terms of the decision, the timing of the decision right now, do we know why this decision was made? Was it sudden or was it predictable?
I think the surprise is more one of timing, not of fact. We've seen persistent splits between the UAE and Saudi over the last 5 years over output and price levels, what they wanted out of OPEC. They had a split in 2020, again in 2021. The UAE wants to expand production. They want to expand their own production. They feel constrained by OPEC quotas, whereas the Saudis want less output and higher prices to pay for all the big projects in Saudi Arabia, Vision 2030. So you had this clash between the UAE wanting more production, the Saudis wanting to rein it in. The UAE has also been investing to expand its capacity to 5 million barrels a day by next year. And so I think they wanted the ability to rapidly expand production free of any OPEC constraints. And I think they used the fact that production right now is being curtailed by the Strait of Hormuz being closed to announce it right now when it wouldn't have as immediate an impact on oil markets, just because it's clearly we've seen so much oil off market over the past 6 weeks.
Yes. And, seeing this bit of a strain between the UAE and Saudi Arabia, how does this signal a broader shift in power dynamics within the Gulf region?
Well, of course, we have seen that in also wider tensions over Yemen, for example. There was a split between Saudi Arabia and the UAE in Yemen in December last year, and it led to a Saudi airstrike on a shipment of UAE weapons to a militia group in South Yemen. We've seen the two countries taking opposite sides in Sudan and increasingly competing economically with each other as well. So that's the backdrop to this story. The Saudis will have noticed that the UAE didn't tell them in advance what they were planning to do, and that the UAE announced it on the same day that Gulf leaders were gathering in Saudi Arabia to try to respond to the pressures of the war with Iran, and that the UAE gave 3 days notice of its departure. So all these, I think, will have been taken in Saudi as a provocation by the UAE. But the UAE, I think, right now feels it's no longer needs to belong to organizations established in the 20th century, which in their view don't hold any value for them going forward.
I see. And do you expect this decision to have an immediate impact on global oil markets? Maybe there has been already, or maybe in the future?
Well, the immediate impact is quite limited just because we've had so much disruption to oil markets over the past 2 months.
Right.
The UAE is underproducing right now by about 1.5 million barrels because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. So they couldn't go rapidly up to 4 or 5 million, even if they wanted to. It'll probably take at least another 6 months to a year before they could expand production to the capacity they would like to do so.
Right.
So this is more of a notice of intent that the UAE is going to expand production. It will be incremental, probably over the next 6 to 12 months. It won't be overnight.
I'm also curious as to the U.S. and its view of OPEC. U.S. President Donald Trump has been critical of OPEC in the past. So how does the U.S. view OPEC right now? And does that factor into decisions like this at all, or does it have no bearing?
Well, President Trump is very critical of OPEC in his first term. He's been less so in his second term so far, but I suspect that he still retains a feeling that OPEC is a cartel of states, including Iran and Venezuela and Russia, that aren't friendly to the U.S. And that it's better to see OPEC weakened. And if he sees a weakened OPEC by the UAE's departure, I think the White House would probably welcome that.
Yes. And finally, Dr. Ulrichsen, what should we be watching for in the coming weeks to understand how this situation develops?
Well, I think we'll be watching to see how the Saudis respond if they do, both within OPEC. I think OPEC today announced a very small production increase.
Yes.
Even though they're also constrained by what they can do because of the war. Will there be any Saudi actions against the UAE outside of OPEC? For example, putting restrictions on UAE ability to travel to the Saudi Arabia or UAE goods to enter Saudi Arabia? Will there be some sort of economic measures against the UAE? I think that's all the sort of things we'll be looking for in the next few weeks and months.
I see. Well, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with our listeners today. Wishing you the very best. Thank you, Dr. Ulrichsen.
Thank you for having me.
This was our special interview with Dr. Christian Ulrichsen talking about the UAE leaving OPEC and also touching upon the power politics in the Gulf region. This was our special interview. I'll be back with your updated traffic and weather. It's time for your traffic update. Maybe you, the listeners, can tell me what's going on. Do you have the day off? Maybe, because the roads are fairly clear across most of the traffic-prone spots. As for the weather, it's currently 13 degrees here in Busan under clear skies. It's going to go up to 20 degrees. Across the nation, light rain in some areas, but to clear up by midday. There may be snow in the mountainous areas of Gangwon. Yes, you heard me. Snow in May. Heavy winds nationwide with gusts of up to 15 meters per second. However, temperatures will be significantly warmer with the daytime high hovering around 20 degrees Celsius. This was your traffic and weather. This is Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran.
Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights, sitting alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know, swearing this will be the last, but stranger I barely know, swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use, or do my bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space? And I know I lose control of the things that I say. I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you.
It's time for Wagga Wagga tea time. Haley's back.
Hello.
Us striped sisters.
Yeah,
I
I'm
go
in-
this way.
For our radio listeners, Kat's horizontal, I'm vertical, so we're little Karosero sisters.
No, we don't plan our outfits. We really don't. And so I need to ask you a text topic because it's hour number 2. What kinds of things have you collected? I want to hear something fun.
Ooh, okay. So my family, we have our like glass case of travel memorabilia, and I was gonna take a picture this morning, but I think both a little bit of my voice and my tongsin are still left in Turkey, so I just did not have the bandwidth to do it. My dad likes to bring back these like he's not listening, super cliche commemorative plates. 그 접시 있잖아요. 그 사진 딱 박혀 있고 Turkey, like New York. I'm like your
so touristy, but I love it.
Vigam is like your aesthetics are just non-existent. I like the more crafts, like local arts or crafts. So I brought back this like little teacup, traditional teacup with tulips on it. So yeah, it's a little bit of a source of tension of me like rolling my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, it's another plate. So yeah, that's what we do.
Collecting.
Yes.
I don't know. You wavers out there. What do you guys all collect?
I don't know. I should be collecting money.
Collecting money.
But, you know.
Oh, do you guys
like
collect
save it.
people?
Oh, I collect compliments.
Yes. I collect kisses from my loved ones. Yeah.
Hopefully
anyways.
not mistakes.
Yeah, no. We're going to jump into our first story, which is very much connected to our text topic. Tens of thousands of people gathered in Seongsu-dong over the weekend when I saw that, I was like, really? Pokemon cards.
This is new, so we're going to say this. And yes, that is something people did collect. I think one of our listeners said they did as a child. Yes. And some still do. So about 40,000 people were gathered in Seongsu-dong over the weekend on Saturday for this Pokemon Mega Festa hosted by Pokemon Korea, which was ultimately canceled due to safety and crowd concerns.
Right.
So according to social media posts, some people even camped out front overnight.
Wow.
And when the event started at 10 a.m., hordes of crowds had gathered. And police received multiple reports about crowd concerns about 40 minutes into the event and had to dispatch officers to control the site.
What is that? Oh my God.
That's people. What is that?
I was like, I couldn't get I was like, what is that?
That is humans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Every time I hear about these cards, I have a pang of guilt.
Really?
Did I tell you the story where like, I forgot what my son
Was it
did.
tea time? I brought tea.
Yes. I got to block the, yes. So, what happened was my son was really into collecting these cards and he did something bad. I think it was something like he didn't do his like ilgi or something.
Oh.
And then like, that was when I was still young and I was still like hot-blooded.
First child.
I cut up all his Pokemon. I feel so bad now.
Mom.
And then he pointed out that some of them are like now worth a lot of money. I felt so bad.
You owe him. I feel like you owe him.
And he cried over this one particular card, but I didn't get it back then.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, suck it up. Why are you crying? It's just a card. But now that I think about it, I was like, that was a really mean mommy thing to do.
I think,
I feel bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He turned out okay though. So
you guys still talk? He associates with you
once in a while.
겸상하세요.
Once in a while, right? But you said that it was canceled, the event.
Right, because Pokemon Korea canceled a series of events citing requests from Seoul City.
Yes.
Apparently, there was some shouting at the scene when the events were canceled, and visitors criticized the lack of preparedness on part of the host.
Yes.
In terms of that crowd control, especially. It's Seongsu-dong.
It's already crowded.
On a nice spring May Saturday, and it's already crowded to begin with.
Okay, but why were there so many people? Because I have like heart palpitations just looking at that crowd right now.
I mean, we kind of collectively have that trauma. So one event included giving out Pokemon cards. Particularly Magikarp, Ing King is a character I don't know.
Went over my head.
As well.
Yes.
Okay, so apparently there's been a spike in demand for these Pokemon cards recently because this year is the 30th anniversary of the series.
Okay.
So according to one, I didn't mean to like guilt you, but it's two birds, I guess.
Yes.
One trading platform, the MON promotional card that was given out last year. It traded for 210,000 won, 21만 원, and other certified, like verified versions going as high as 600,000 won, 60만 won for a card.
Oh my gosh. So these cards are just going beyond the like hobbies or to collector's items and even like, I guess, as an investment now.
Especially this being, again, the 30th anniversary, that'll limited edition.
Yes.
So what's going to happen in another 30 years? So it is a milestone year, and the cards that come out this year will be valuable in the future. But we have to consider, again, 30th year, meaning that the kids who are super into this series back in the day, they're now in their 30s and 40s with money. So they can spend.
They can afford them now.
It's kind of like when you become an adult, you eat ice cream for breakfast because you can.
Because you can.
Now they can.
Okay, I like that. Ice cream for breakfast sounds so good right now. But we got to talk about these other kinds of things that are in high demand. Okay, I now fully understand why these are in high demand. But what about wedding invitations online? I don't get this. What is this? You got to explain it to do.
I'm like, don't give me your wedding invitations. I don't want to go.
Do.
They're so. I know. Like,
yes, we don't want wedding invitations
on these platforms and open chats. You see questions like, "Hey, do you have wedding invitations or funeral notifications? I'll buy them off of you."
Really?
Yeah.
For how much?
For like, it's super cheap, like 1,000원.
Okay.
But still.
I really want to know. I'm curious. Why would you want a random person's wedding invitation?
Right. So at first, this isn't true, but I was like, do they just like want to go to the buffet? Like, is that because that's how I think about things?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Tax evasion.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Tax evasion.
Potential tax evasion.
Okay.
So how?
Yeah.
So these are all businesses. Business owners are looking for such wedding invitations and funeral information. So they'll share invitations or notifications they've received and even request them for specific years or months. The reason, under the tax law, if you give 축의금 or 조의금, congratulatory or condolences money to your business associates,
you
can expense them.
Oh, really?
비용 처리가 가능합니다.
피디님 마이크 드릴까요?
She's like, you have thoughts, obviously. So this is tax season for businesses. The month of May is tax reporting season, so it's peak demand.
비용 처리. Yes.
I can't even.
People are so smart.
People are so smart.
Like in the worst way possible. Is this legal?
I mean, yes, if it is actually
real.
going to your business associate and business partner.
Okay.
But it is, of course, tax evasion if you're forging papers and buying invitations off of randos.
Yes.
And here's the thing, though. The range of business associates is so wide. You could be my business associate.
Yes.
She could be my business associate.
Right.
And also, when you expense them, normally you need receipts. But are you seriously going to go to someone's funeral and be like, 저 이거 영수증 좀 찍어주실래? Like, no. Of course
so
you're not
distasteful,
gonna.
Yeah.
And, the IRS or the NTS, the tax authorities, they have a reputation, but they're not going to be that strict. So they kind of say, as long as it's reasonable within 200,000 won per event, they just kind of check
nod.
it. They're like, all right, whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
But then, again, tax evasion if you're forging papers.
Right.
Also, you are giving away other people's wedding invitations.
That's
and
true.
they often have the bride and groom's face. their parents' names and bank account. So attorneys say that this could be in violation of Personal Information Protection Act.
Yes.
Of course, it may be hard to prosecute, but if one chooses to file civil charges, civil suits, they can.
Okay, so this is like so new and like, so wrong. All right, let's move on. Up next, there is this meme of sorts circulating online of criminals.
So AI slaw, which is people will create anything and everything out of AI, including content created using notorious criminals.
Like?
So, for example, AI videos of Cho Ju-bin. He is the operator behind the notorious Telegram Nth chat rooms. Basically talking about, I had this for lunch, like what I ate in a day in prison kind of videos. Even including Lee Eun-hye, convicted of gaslighting and killing her ex. Complaining about also AI fabricated her prison meals.
Oh dear.
So there are multiple videos titled, so-and-so's life in prison, day in prison, with notorious convicts like Yoo Young-chul, Kang Ho-sun, Oh Won-chun, and Chung Yu-jung. And some of these videos will have millions of views.
And I get it. I mean, of course, this is AI, but I just don't get why people would be into it. I just don't get it.
I just don't get it either.
Right,
but for these criminals, information on their faces and even some video clips or voice clips are available. These get fed into AI and are regurgitated into such videos.
Okay.
So there's this weird phenomenon of then crime being used as a form of entertainment. And this includes like pure entertainment. Some of these criminals doing like dance challenges against AI or like an AI photo shoot of the 5 like female convicts at Cheongju prison. Not as lighthearted and consumed for entertainment, but one documentary from 2024 used AI to recreate a suspect's voice to read his statement, police statement, and that was also criticized as too sensationalist.
Right, and this doesn't seem like something that should be used for entertainment. It just feels so wrong.
Right, so number one, there's that ethical gray area of consuming real-life crime for pure entertainment without like lessons or information. Number two, again, real life crime, so there are actual victims.
Yes.
Imagine you go online, you see what I ate in a day video of your perpetrator.
Yes.
That's secondary victimization. 이차 So rights advocates say that seeing these photos and contents can be triggers for victims, but unfortunately, there are no ways to punish those who create such videos, free speech and all. And the media watchdogs, they ask for the platforms to remove such content.
Right, but I think it's on all of us.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't consume and like kind of click on these types of memes and whatnot.
Demand drives creation, so let's cut off that demand side.
All right, for our final story, we're going to end on this heartwarming one. What is it?
Right, so the baseball season, KBO season, is in full swing.
Yay.
And there's a lot of attention to like who's throwing the ceremonial first pitch, right? 시구. Usually it's celebrities.
Yes.
But 3 men or 1 man and 3 people who threw the first pitch at Gocheok Skydome yesterday were Mr. 송인석, 안상진, and 이진구.
Oh, who are they?
Right, so
Sorry.
you don't recognize the names nor their faces probably.
No.
Because they are the bus drivers for the team Kium Heroes.
Oh, really?
And the person on the far left, it was Mr. Song's last day on the job as he is now retired.
Oh.
So Mr. Song, who's retiring from driving the team's bus, he threw the first pitch. His co-workers, Mr. An on the bat and Mr. Yi, the catcher. The team also aired a thank you video with messages from players who were driven around by these bus drivers for years and gifted Mr. Song a framed team uniform.
Nice.
And Mr. Song said that he's been with the team. You know, he has been a part of the team by driving that bus for a long time. And this was a meaningful way to end that career.
Wow, that's such a... I love this idea.
I do love that.
Because, I mean, they didn't have to, but they did.
No, they did. And also, like, I mean, of course, we love seeing celebrities who have team associations, but I would love to see more of these, like, real-life fans during the ceremonial
everyday
pitch.
fans.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. So we're going to call it a wrap for today's 와글와글 segment. And our producer thinks she's a comedian because she says for our 가로세로 sisters, 널 그리며 by 박남정. Here we go. right. So for those of you who know that song, you know why our producer played it. She came to play today on a Monday morning. We're now going to turn to Vasana for Buzz Breakdown. How are you, Vasana? How was your weekend?
That was good.
That's not what you said off air.
No, it was, same old.
It was an ordinary weekend,
It
right?
was an ordinary weekend.
Yes.
Same old.
Did you do anything fun at all with your son, with the wifey? Nothing?
We did plan to go out and go go-karting.
Go-karting.
So I fell asleep in the back seat, and then we're on the way. And then next minute,
what happened?
I could feel the car was winding through these streets, and I thought, this is not the highway.
Yes.
So I woke up, and they changed their mind, and we went to some coffee shop somewhere else, and in Busan. So I never left.
It was so crowded this weekend everywhere and anywhere, right?
Yes.
So, because, it's spring.
Yep.
Hey, text topic, what kind of things have you collected? Or maybe you're a collector of things right now,
Yes.
whether it be magnets. I know some people, they collect baseball caps.
Yes.
They visit all the stadiums.
Okay.
Do you have a hobby? Where you collect things?
I used to collect things. One of them was baseball caps, but not of teams. I would just be a baseball cap. I'd be walking past a market, and if I saw a cap that
You
was
liked?
unusual or funny, I'd buy it.
Oh.
So I think at one point
How
I
many?
had about 120 caps.
That's a lot. That
Yeah.
is a collection.
And then I just, it's dwindled down. I think I've got about 50 now. My son has most of them
I see.
in his room. And CDs.
Oh, CDs.
Yeah. So when I came to Korea, actually before I came to Korea, every payday in New Zealand we get paid on a weekly basis.
Oh,
So
okay.
every Wednesday I would go down to the CD store and I would buy a CD.
Oh.
So over the years, I had amassed quite a lot. If you
I'm sure.
52 weeks in a year.
Musician.
I started that when I was 26.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I had a lot of CDs. My sister ended up with a lot of them. When I went back to see them, she said, I gave her a lot of them away. I went, what?
Your collection, your hard-earned money.
So yes, I've given up that because, who buys CDs anymore?
These days, that's true. All right, well, we're going to dive into Buzz Breakdown. So what are we talking about today?
I want to start this week with two words, which I've been drilling into my students. Critical thinking.
Do they do that anymore?
Exactly. So I got a little bit. Every first class of every first semester, maybe even the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth classes.
Yes.
I get angry with them because they do not do this. Critical thinking. So it's not the same as intelligence.
Oh, no.
No. It's the process of thinking things through.
Yes.
In easy English, I suppose you'd call it being logical.
Having a brain. No, I'm just kidding.
And yeah, as I said, it feels like we're seeing less and less of it lately.
Right.
There's been surveys done saying that's declining.
It's true, though.
and
we see it in the class, right?
Yes.
Students, they want to turn on their phone, and if you ask them a question, it's like the first instinct they have is to enter something into the generative AIs, right?
Yep. So that's what I'm talking about today. So a lot of people are using those things, and that's the first word that I want to go through is LLM.
LLM.
Double LM. LLM, large language model.
Oh.
I'd like to add an extra L on top of that. LLM, large language learning model. Put learning in there.
Okay.
Because it is a thing that learns.
Yes.
So it's what those tools, I won't say their names, but you know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the AI tools out there.
Yes, the chat GP dang, the Gemini dang, deep dang. Do I need to go on and on? You guys get,
Yes, etc., etc.
Yes.
So they don't think, and they don't know.
Yes.
They just predict what the next most likely word is going to be.
But they're good at it.
Based on massive amounts of data. So if this sounds a little like predictive texting,
yes,
it is. This is the early AI,
yes,
which we've had predictive texting in Korea since we've had cell phones. That's 1995. 95, 96 in Korea, maybe.
For smartphones?
Yeah, for smartphones.
No, smartphones, it was like in the 2000s.
2000s?
Yeah.
Like even with, I think I had some with, can I say, it's not in any call. That wasn't around. It's not around anymore.
That wasn't a smartphone. That was like a...
No, but it predicted what I was going to...
in terms of what the
Yes,
word
the
you
word.
were going to type.
So you type a word or type a letter
and then
it comes up with a word.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like so off base.
Oh,
Even
definitely.
today.
So sometimes I send the wrong message saying, look what predictive text.
Yeah, like, no, that's
Is
not what
it
I meant.
what?
That's not my intention.
Yes. So when AI sounds smart, it's not thinking. It's actually just guessing what you're going to put
Predicting.
next.
Okay.
And what words go together. And is guessing really, really, really well. And in order to do that, it needs more data.
Yes.
And if it does not get any new data, it will churn out what you, I think you talked about in the last segment, AI slop.
Oh, slob.
Yeah, and start hallucinating. So it just basically needs more data. And so I tell students, if you're doing something like a grammar exercise and you need help, sure. Because grammar is nothing new. But if you're trying to write a story and be creative, be creative.
Yes.
Be original.
Right.
Don't use it for that. So that's where I get. Well,
I think it's just like second nature. Like all the Gen Zers, they're like digital natives. They're used to all these devices, and then especially like even with Gen Alpha, like the new crop of really young people.
Yep.
It's like everything is. They have to check with their chat teacher.
Yes.
I mean, literally, that's
correct. Yep.
Like every little thing. It's kind of scary.
So I'm one of my classes that I do now with all my classes, not just the creative classes.
Yes.
I teach them how to use it
properly.
Properly.
Yes.
Rather than
good.
just put in one word, give me the answer for this.
Yes.
It's kind of like it's not going to give you a good answer.
So to input the correct prompts to get you the good answer.
So in one way, I guess I'm helping them to cheat, but
no, I mean if you're going to use it correctly.
Yeah,
use it well.
Yeah, but I'm teaching them how to use it.
Yes,
properly.
Yes. I mean because we can't deny they're here to stay. But
it is.
What's our next term? We did LLM, large language model.
Okay,
yes.
so the next one is token.
Token. What is token?
Token. AI doesn't read words like we do.
Okay.
It reads chunks of words, and those words are called tokens.
Yes.
So a sentence you think is short might actually have hundreds of tokens behind the sentences.
Oh.
And behind the scenes, behind the sentence, whatever. And this is why sometimes AI forgets what you have said earlier in the chat.
Oh, is this why?
And then you say something else and you think it's already remembered the earlier thing. It's taken your new tokens and start something else. That means the memory limit is gone, especially if it's a totally different topic.
Okay.
But you think it's related. And you think, dude, I just told you, treating AI like...
Do you really say dude?
No, I'm thinking in my mind.
Dude, didn't I just say that like 3 minutes ago? Okay.
I'm thinking in my mind, I just typed that. And so memory limit gone.
Yes.
So token is a word that's borrowed from the world of English linguistics, which I have spent for the last past 5 years studying.
Okay.
So take, for example, the sentence, the cat chased the cat.
Okay.
So how many tokens are in that word?
I don't know. How many?
Okay, there are 4 tokens.
Okay.
3 if you don't count the uppercase T in the.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting really technical here.
Okay.
So they are the. You got the and the twice. That's 1 token.
That's 1 token.
And then you got cat twice.
Okay.
So there's another token. There's 2 tokens. And then chased. And then chased could also be 2 tokens because you have the base form chase. And then you have the past tense chased.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah. So this is what it reads. This is how it counts, and this is how linguistics is studied. So if you put that sentence into AI and asked it to explain the sentence, a very simple model that was like 10 years ago, whatever, might be confused because you have 2 cats. But it's going, oh, is that 2 cats or 1 cat?
I see.
So the cat chased the cat is running around in a circle?
Like
or
it's
is it
chasing itself?
Yes. So this is what modern AI because of all the data that's been inputted,
Yes.
it can recognize immediately that one cat is chasing another cat.
I see.
Yeah. So this is what they are, tokens. It's not just words.
Yes.
And as I said, it's, if you get bigger words, so for example, unbelievable.
Yes.
There are 3 tokens in there. You have
Yes.
you have believe, and then you have able.
Yes.
Okay, so there are 3 tokens there, even though it's one word.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I've just bored you with 5 years of knowledge here. Of
No.
linguistics.
To me, I find it really interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what it does. It reads tokens. It doesn't read words.
So is that what you've been doing for the past 5 years?
This is why I'm so boring to talk to. Dennis and I get along really well, if you know Dennis.
Why are you throwing Dennis under the bus?
We both study linguistics. I'm not throwing him on the bus. We go out and we talk about things like this.
Is this what you guys talk about when you guys are together?
No.
맞는데요. Oh, don't invite me to that chat. Invite me when it's like something
And you'll be
exciting.
going, honey, text me. I need to go.
I know.
Hey, guys, I've got a phone call. I've got to go home.
Blink once if you need help. if you need to get out of the situation. All right, so we went over LLM and token.
Token. Do we have time for more?
Yeah, we have time for another one.
Okay, which one do you want? We've got
the fun one.
The fun one?
How about hallucination?
Hallucination.
Because we need to know that.
Okay, hallucination is when the system just makes stuff up.
And this is what I tell my students. You cannot trust generative AI 100% because, even the people who have developed these systems,
correct,
they admit there are hallucinations, meaning stuff that is not true, and they just spit up.
And the reason why is because AI has been programmed to be helpful. It has been programmed to be positive.
Yes.
It has not been programmed to tell you that you are wrong. And so when it asks you for something, it will give you an answer. It's like a little kid who doesn't want to get in trouble by saying, oh, I didn't do that.
It's kissing my butt forever.
Basically.
Like, just tell me what I want to hear.
Yep. So that's what AI is.
Okay.
So it makes things up and confidently makes it up. Smoothly makes. You ask for sources, it gives you fake sources.
I know. It can. Yeah. So that's what we need to warn people about.
If you ask for facts, it invents facts. So if it sounds too confident, always double check, as you said. Double check them. Otherwise,
but how do we double check? Because we're double checking on the internet.
You know where you go. Search engines.
Different search engine. Yeah. But that's what you got to do these days.
Yes.
Because you just can't know for sure.
Yeah. So AI doesn't blatantly lie for the sake of lying.
I hope
as
not.
I said, it's trying to help you. It's trying to make you feel good. It's trying to make your whatever your sentence is. If it wants, if you want facts or other things, it'll give you facts that will support your sentence, and that may be what's happening in the halls of politics in America at the moment.
Interesting. All right, so I'm going to let you wrap up. What do you want to say about our terminology today, LLM?
It's not going away, and young people aren't the problem. I believe that they just need to develop the words that I said first, critical thinking. AI is stopping them from doing that, and even when you use AI, you still need to use critical thinking.
Oh, yes.
So using a prompt, making a proper prompt is critical thinking.
Yes.
Reading through what they give you, critical thinking, all of those things.
All right.
So yes, think.
Well, think, people, think is what Vasana says.
Yes.
We're going to end it on that note. Thank you for coming in today. Wishing you a beautiful Monday. We'll check in with you next Monday.
And a happy, to my son, happy Children's Day.
Oh, yes.
He's probably
you
sleeping.
can expect something nice tomorrow from Dad.
No, what? You've just thrown me under the bus.
All right, we're going to call it a wrap. And by the way, tomorrow we are going to be live. We're going to be working happily with a smile on our faces. It's Children's Day tomorrow. 벌써 이렇게 by Cool is our final song. Wishing you a happy Monday. Bye, everybody.
Check 너와 헤어졌을 당시 나는 미쳐 잠시 숨을 쉬지 못할 정도의 슬픔과 아픔도 가끔씩 들려오는 이 소식에 나 소심해져서 술로 취세 이러다 네가 죽든 내가 죽든 이건 무슨 사람 사는 게 아니야 여기든 저기든 어디든지 간에 뭘 하든지 간에 무조건 너만 생각나네 하지만 날 떠났던 그 사람은 저만 지혜가고 다시 사랑 않겠다던 그 당시에 가고 난 잊혀져 가고 또 시간이 약이야 다 순간이야 시간 나서 보니 계절이 다시 오니 그리워하다 미워하다 지워버렸지 뭐 이젠 뭐 그렇지 뭐 가물가물해 또 새로운 사랑 이젠 가능해 이젠 나 다른 사람 만나러 가요 새로운 사랑이 오는가 봐요 너 없인 안 될 줄 알았는데 벌써 이렇게 이젠 나 다른 사람 만나러 가요 새로운 사랑이 오는가 봐요 그 사람 만나러 가는 길 벌써 이렇게 또다시 떨려와요 너랑 같이 갔던 같은 곳이야 너가 아닌 딴 사람과 함께 말이야 사람이란 게 간사한 게 이렇게 새롭게 시작된 지금이 좋을 뿐이야 그뿐이야 묘한 기분이야 이제 내겐 새로운 만남에 대한 설레임이 전부 나의 전부였던 너는 더는 없어 이제 벌써 설레임이 내일은 들고 차츰 익숙해져 매일 세상 제일 기쁜 사람으로 만들어주고 싶은 마음 너 때보다 훨씬 더 커 아름다운 깊은 마음 고의적으로 미안하긴 했단만 이젠 그저 너도 나보다 좋은 사람 만나 보란 듯이 떡떡거리며 잘 살길 바란다 난 우린 딱 여기까지만 그럼 난 이만 이젠 나 다른